Oh, that's right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing this morning? Betty was just sitting here going, I'm going to do a video someday before we go live on Facebook because it's pretty funny. I'm trying to get her ears at least brushed there this morning. Then she decides she's sleeping. I think I should take a nap too before we get started. Hey, it's Tuesday. It is voting day. That's right. This is it, folks, for the primary runoff. And while there are some primary runoffs in other parts of the state, the biggest part that you need to do your duty if you have not already done it with early voting last Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, you have to vote again. And you need to vote today. Today is voting day. The polls are open from 7 to 7. 7 to 7. So the polls are already open. They are open where you normally vote. All the precincts are open. And I do believe we have David Stumbo, candidate for the next Attorney General for the great state of South Carolina. David, how you doing this morning?
And I feel fantastic. It's a beautiful day, and we're just ready to roll and win this thing tonight.
Well, that's right. Now, first off, though, you had kind of a health issue. What can you tell us about that? Because I know everybody was really, really concerned about that.
Well, without going into too much detail, and I had a little bit of incident on Saturday. I ended up having a very routine, common medical procedure that got me straight. I spent yesterday all day resting with my family and enjoying Father's Day. I say yesterday, Sunday afternoon. And then yesterday I was back on the campaign trail with some sheriffs and solicitors in the upstate. Had a press conference in our Ask a Sheriff tour, and we were ready to get back after it. So I feel really good today. I had great medical care over the weekend, and just feeling good.
Okay, so be truthful. You just wanted to take a day off.
Right. Yeah, kind of forced break from the campaign trail.
Yeah. Well, this is grueling. You got to admit. I mean, it is really a grueling experience.
Yes, it really has been, Ann, and I've enjoyed meeting so many people around the state. It's been a great experience, but it's been a very exhausting experience. So we're glad it's coming to a head today, and we really like our chances tonight.
Well, I know it is. You are excited to be here at this day. Decision Day is what I'm calling it, Decision Day. So what would you like to tell the folks out there, David Stumbo?
Well, just get out and vote. We really need everybody to remember to get out and vote today. It is a critical thing to turn out the vote on a runoff because people just forget about runoff election day. The turnout's usually not that high. So we really need all of our people to get out to the polls and tell your friends and your family that David Stumbo is the right choice for Attorney General. And it's because I've been a prosecutor. Law enforcement's supporting me because they know I'm the right choice to lead the criminal justice system in our state, and my opponent doesn't have that experience. And so we need all the good people of our state, particularly in our area, to get out and vote and have great turnout numbers tonight. I really like our chances.
Well, you certainly have turned it on here in the last month or so. But, David, you've worked hard since you made that announcement, and you've gotten so much support. Tell us about some of the people that are supporting you out there.
Absolutely. We have 32 sheriffs and solicitors, so 22 sheriffs, 10 solicitors now backing us. We have 6 senators, a lot of members of the House and the General Assembly. Curtis Loftus has endorsed us just in the past couple of weeks and has given us a huge boost. And he has personal experience
Yeah.
with the my opponent.
Right.
Obviously, you know about that and the way he abused his power to go after him. So we're glad to have Treasurer Loftus's support. Ralph Norman came out and endorsed me just last week, and so a lot of his supporters in the governor's race are backing us as well. So love the support we've had from the elected officials. But even more importantly, Ann, you know, it's been really humbling to see all the people that have worked for me and with me over the years give tributes on Facebook to encourage people to get out to vote. Those actually mean a lot more to me than even the elected official endorsements. I told Vanessa, you know, my wife, that was one of the special things over the past couple of weeks, seeing what people have said about who I am and what I'm about. And it really has been humbling to see those kind words and voices of support from people that work with me day in and day out and really know me best. So that's been a lot of, you know, Solicitor Black, I saw the words he wrote last night. He worked for me until he was elected 10th Circuit Solicitor. So, and many others. So that in law enforcement and the prosecution world, writing similar things, that's just meant so much to me.
And given you a big head now, has it, David?
Actually, it's amazing. I just give God all the glory, Ann, because I really, you know, I'm just a simple guy from Greenwood and I'm first lawyer in my family, first prosecutor in my family. So I don't have any special pedigree for any of this. God's just opened doors and allowed me to be used in a lot of people's lives, and I'm just humbled by it, and blessed.
I understand. So, you know, when you're elected, David, what is the biggest thing you want to get in there and do in the Attorney General's office?
Well, first and foremost, Ann, we're going to protect our kids. I really want to bolster the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. I think there's a lot of improvements we can make there. That was my first job as a prosecutor over 20 years ago, so I have a lot of thoughts about that. The Human Trafficking Task Force, we're going to really put our foot on the gas with that and start conducting undercover operations statewide to try to protect these kids and rescue them out of some pretty horrific situations. And on the public policy side, I'm going to be fighting the good fight with all the other Republican AGs across the country. When there's federal overreach, we're going to push back on it. When we have times of emergency, we're going to fight for the rights and the liberties of our citizens. Particularly, you know, what we saw during COVID was particularly atrocious in trampling on our citizens' rights and making sure that government does not do that. And as the Attorney General, I'm going to be a safeguard for the rights of our citizens. So there's a lot we need to do, but the first thing, Ann, really is I'm going to have to get in and make sure that we have good operations there. And Attorney General Wilson's done a great job over the years of building that office and building a lot of the divisions and departments there. But I'm going to have to get in and make sure that we have the right leadership and the right positions at that office. And that'll probably be job one over the first few weeks.
I understand. So, what do people need to do, David? One more time, what do they need to do?
They need to go vote, and that's critical that they get out and vote, tell all their friends and family, get them to the polls today, and vote David Stumbo for Attorney General. We're excited to see everybody tonight in Greenville at our watch party, and just looking forward to a big win tonight.
Well, I am very excited for you, David. I know it's been a long journey. I know that you had to go through quite a process to say, yes, this is what I wanted to do. So I am so proud to see you making those strides, and we'll look forward to seeing you tonight. Now, we got to vote for David Stumbo. If anybody still has any questions and doesn't know who's in our listening area, where should they go to check out more information about you, David?
They can go to votestumbo.com. www.votestumbo.com is my website, and you can go to our Facebook page, David Stumbo, and follow that. And there's you get a lot more information. Look at the videos we put out and our campaign materials as well. So, we're looking to make Greenwood proud, put Greenwood on the map on the statewide. Ann, I think we talked about this, but we do not have a governor or attorney general from Greenwood in the history of our town. And so I'm looking to make history tonight and take Greenwood to the State House.
And remember that you're from Greenwood, South Carolina, Solicitor David Stumbo, and you will be back on the I Love Ann show or Meet Me at the Diner show after you get this role, won't you?
Yes, ma'am. Anytime you want me to come on, I'll be there.
All right. David, good luck. God bless. And we'll see you tonight at your watch party in Greenville.
Okay. Thanks, Ann.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. That was Solicitor David Stumbo, soon to be Attorney General for the great state of South Carolina. Let's check in with Penny and see what she feels about this. Yeah, she's not excited about this at all, but you should be excited about it because this would be a great win for South Carolina. It would be a great win for Greenwood, particularly Greenwood, although truthfully, I'll be sad that David would be leaving us as solicitor, but that's not going to stop me from not voting for him because this would be a great step and a great thing for Greenwood and actually all of our listening, all of our area here. You know, David Stumbo as solicitor has covered Greenwood, Abbeville, Lawrence, and Newberry. So that was quite a district. So we'll look forward to the election tonight. But the big thing is you need to get out and vote. You can just go to your regular precinct. You need your driver's license, you need an ID in order to vote. They will have, if you say, Ann, I can't get out of the car, it's too difficult, they do have drive-up voting. That's right. They'll bring the ballot right out there to you in the car. So that's not an excuse. I mean, I think South Carolina, but I think our country, as far as trying to make sure that everybody gets the right to vote, certainly works hard to make sure that you have that opportunity. So I just want to say this. Do our county. Let's make Greenwood County number one and everybody voting across the state. How about that? I think we need to have some statewide competitions. Now, I realize we can't be the same size as Greenville or those type of places, but we could do it by what? We could do it by percentages based on our population. So I would like to see if you would go out and vote and see if Greenwood can be on the map as voting the most percentage-wise for the state. Wouldn't that be great? A few years ago, I was working on this. Then I gave up. That was too hard. I'm back on it again. And since David is in the runoff election, let's get out there. Let's prove them wrong. Let's prove them wrong that runoff elections don't have much turnout. You know, the thing I want to point out to you is that so few votes can determine who the winner is. You know, when you hear that 5 votes, 10 votes, 100 votes determine who won because of lowered voter turnout, you have to say to yourself, oh my God, I could have made a real difference. And so I don't want you afterwards to have to say, I should have voted. I could have made a difference. I want you to get out there and vote today. So please vote today. The polls are open from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. They are all open in your precincts where you vote. That's what I want you to be able to do. So make sure you do that. Do that today. You'll be You'll be glad. You'll be glad that you did. You will have done your duty, and you will be able to bitch about anything that you don't like because you voted. If you don't vote, you don't get to say anything. That's the rule. Did you know that? Yes, that's right. So we have 3 candidates that'll be on the ballot here in Greenwood and our surrounding area. We have David Stumbo for the Attorney General's position here in South Carolina. We are voting also today in the runoff for governor's race. In fact, Pamela Evette, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette, will be calling in at 10 o'clock. So we will talk to her in a few minutes. Again, I think basically she just wants to make sure that everybody gets out to vote. So she and Alan Wilson are in a runoff for that. That will be determined today, whoever gets the most votes. And again, if we don't have the turnout, it could be 1 vote. It could be, not likely, but it could be 100 votes. It could be 20 votes. I mean, so every vote counts in a runoff election. So Pamela Evette, Alan Wilson for governor for the great state of South Carolina. We do have 1/3 one. It is for the AG commissioner. This is the first time in 25 years that we're electing somebody new. Cody Simpson versus Danny Ford. So whoever your choice is there, that would be good. We did interview Cody Simpson last Monday, a week ago Monday. That is on our website, WCRS1450am.net, and also on Facebook page, WCRS. So we have really here on WCRS tried to make sure that we were hitting all the candidates that we could on the show. And this is your opportunity to shine, Greenwood. Get out there and vote. As I said, if you cannot walk into the polls, then they will bring your ballot out to you. What can be more convenient than that? I actually used that with Jeff a couple of times, and it was so easy. They bring the ballot out. You just get to sit there with it's almost like a computer. It's not, but you check your ballot. They take it back in. So this is an option. So don't let that stop you. In fact, if you've got neighbors and friends and whatnot, make it an event. Go to the polls together. Take some extra people with you. As I said, let's show them, Greenwood, that we can get out and vote. All right. Well, I want to play something new that we're going to be doing right here on the radio. We're starting our own series of the revolution. The road to the revolution, right? So we are going to literally, I'm going to take like a little commercial break, but you're going to hear this playing on the radio. So I thought I would play it for you and let me know what you think. This first one is about Carolina Day. So let's take it away. American Revolution, take it away. An American 250 revolutionary moment. As America celebrates its 250th birthday, let's journey back to a remarkable day that helped shape our nation's fight for independence. Just 6 days before the Declaration of Independence was approved on July 4, 1776, a pivotal battle unfolded on the South Carolina coast. June 28th marks the Battle of Sullivan's Island, known today as Carolina Day, and the first major American military victory over the mighty British Royal Navy during the Revolutionary War. At the center of the story was Colonel William Moultrie, who was tasked with defending Charleston Harbor. Using the island's abundant palmetto trees, his men built a fort unlike any other. The walls were made of soft, resilient palmetto logs, an innovation that would soon prove invaluable. In May of 1776, a powerful British fleet of more than 50 warships sailed south with plans to crush the rebellion in South Carolina. Inside the unfinished fort stood just over 400 American defenders. Many were young and inexperienced. Supplies were limited. Gunpowder was scarce. Then, on the morning of June 28th, 9 British warships opened fire. Hour after hour, cannonballs slammed into the fort's walls. But something extraordinary happened. Instead of shattering, the palmetto logs absorbed the impact. British shot bounced away or sank harmlessly into the spongy wood. Meanwhile, the Americans carefully aimed their cannon fire. They fired fewer shots, but with deadly accuracy. By sunset, the British attack had failed. The Royal Navy was forced to retreat. More than 220 British casualties were reported, while the American defenders suffered only a fraction of those losses. The victory electrified the colonies. It proved that ordinary Americans could stand against the world's most powerful military force and win. Today, the palmetto tree remains a proud symbol on South Carolina's state flag and is the reason South Carolina is known as the Palmetto State. For 250 years, South Carolinians have remembered the courage displayed at Sullivan's Island and the patriots who helped change the course of history. This is WCRS Radio, sharing the voice of 1776, brought to you by WCRS Radio and the Issaquena Chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. Well, there you go. There you go. That was our first revolutionary minute right here on WCRS. Penny, what did you think about that? I think it was good. I didn't know all those facts. Is that all you have to say? Yes, I like your voice. Okay. All right, that's Penny here this morning. She always has a comment or two to make about things. I just thought since she was awake here now, I'd go ahead and give her the screen here. We are live right here on Facebook Live. We're also live this morning on the radio, WCRS 98.5 FM, 1450 AM. And, of course, you can always catch us on the stream, which is how the space station likes to check us out, is the space station. They tune us in about 2 or 3 times a week. They'll send me a little thumbs up saying, sounds good, Ann. There you go. So wherever you are, you can always catch WCRS for all the useless news that you need. That's right, because we bring it to you. Hey, I'm Ann Eller, and let's go ahead and check the weather. I'm getting all kinds of notifications this morning of people that have voted. That makes me feel good. Have you voted? Let me know. 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. Also, you can do it right there on Facebook Live. I always love getting comments from you. So Penny particularly likes to get a penny for her thoughts. It really jazzes her up on when a comment comes in just for her. And she looks at me and goes, see, I'm popular. Actually, she goes, I'm popular. Anyways, let's see, what else I want to do the weather report. We have just about enough time to do the weather report. So get out there and vote, Greenwood. Get out there and vote. So let's check the weather here real quick. Then we should have Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette coming in for just a few minutes. And then I'll get to talk. So how about that? All right, right now it is 79 degrees. Beautiful breeze out there today. Felt so lovely to be out there. Plentiful sunshine. 79 degrees. Feels like 83. We are looking for a high of 87. 87. So that's what we're looking for today. Just plentiful sunshine. Winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. So that's what we're looking at. And tomorrow on Wednesday, high of 86, low of 66, no real chance of rain. Thursday is kind of a ditto day, up to 89, low of 70, partly sunny skies. And on Thursday, 89, 70. Let's see, Friday, high of 91, low of 72, and about a 25% chance of rain. So that's what we're looking at. Saturday and Sunday, however, look good. So that's your weather forecast right here from the WCRS Weather Desk. Yes, I look over maps and spend hours of time getting this report ready for you every day. It's just the job I do. That's right. All right, anyways. What else do we have? As I said, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette will be calling in just a few moments. So that's going to be, that'll be good. And then they're off to the races. There are going to be, I understand they're all working the phones, and we will have had two of the candidates on this morning. But the biggest thing you can do for yourself and for South Carolina is to make this process your process too. Your voice needs to be heard. So from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, people are working the polls. You know, one of the worst things is to be at the polls as a poll worker and have nobody coming in. So let's not disappoint the poll workers. Let's make sure that we are doing what is necessary, i.e., going to the polls. Take your driver's license, go to the poll where you always vote, because that's where you'll be voting today. And let's make those people work a little bit for their money here today. I mean, we're paying a huge amount of money across the state. I don't remember how much it is to put on an election statewide, but it's huge. It's huge. And it is statewide because we have 3 state officers that we're looking to that had runoff elections, which I think unto that is a little unusual. We've got the governor's office, the state's attorney's office, and what's the last one, Ann? Commissioner, Agriculture Commissioner for South Carolina. Now, some other areas, like down there in Charleston and this type of thing, they are having more because they had runoffs for some of the other offices. But across the state, every location is open today. So do your part and go do your job. All right. So I'm still riding my electric bicycle, FYI. I've been riding it out in the field, rode it last night. It is the greatest way to exercise Penny. She considers the bike like an extra dog. I know she does, because she comes flying up beside it, and I'm like putting on the brakes, trying to make sure, I'm not, because she's like going, oh, this is so great, and we go flying across the field. I happened to look down last night at the speedometer. I think the speedometer. I was doing 12 miles an hour, folks, flying across the field. And Penny was keeping up. That's what's even more amazing. And then she'll go flying off on her own tangent and come back around. But I'm going to tell you what, afterwards, Penny goes, whew, I am tired. Don't you like going out there and running with the bicycle? Yeah, she does. I'm supposed to get my helmet today. So if I get my helmet today, I'll be able to go out a little bit further. But not with Penny. Not with Penny. We're going to be in the backyard. So Penny's looking at the screen. She's going, we're talking bike rides. I'm ready to go. Also been working on my backyard. So, Lieutenant Governor, are you calling? Let's see. What time is it officially? 9:59. She should be on in just one moment. So earlier this morning, we heard from Solicitor David Stumbo going for Attorney General for the great state of South Carolina. I'd like you to make sure you get out and vote. Oh, that's right. It is 10 o'clock in the city of Greenwood, and as just as we say that, look at this. It says 10 o'clock, and boom, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette is on the phone with us. How are you doing this morning, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette?
And I'm doing great. David and I just got done voting, and you know what? Surprisingly, 2 weeks ago, David and I were 91 and 92 on the list. Today we were like 74 and 75. So not that bad. We're kind of almost right in line.
Wow. Well, we've just been talking about, a very few votes can determine the winner in this, so everybody needs to get out and vote.
You're absolutely right, Ann. And, I've been saying today, for 8 years, Ann, everybody has said, we want a choice. We want something different. We don't want more career politicians. Well, today is your day for that choice. You can pick a conservative businesswoman or a career politician. So for 8 years, you've wanted it. Now you have it. Everybody get out, make a plan, and get out and vote before 7 o'clock.
That's right. And when we think about this, Pam, all across the state, all the polls are open. This is such an expense to do this. People should take advantage of the fact. And I did want to mention, and I know you want to speak to this, about drive-up voting, that people don't have to get out of their cars if it's an imposition.
Absolutely. My mom is 97. She'll be 98 in October. And, there was a little bit of a line when my son took her, and they came right out to her.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I mean, there is no excuse. And if you want to be part of the process, if you have wanted to change, to see something, this is your opportunity to get into it. So, Pam, what are you going to be doing today?
So today I'm going to be calling people, reminding them today's the day they have to get out and vote. I'll be out and about, and then I'll be waiting for election results when the polls close at 7.
That's right. That's right. Are you excited today?
What did you?
I said, are you excited? Are you excited that this is the conclusion today? Are you excited?
I am. I woke up with a real sense of peace. I always believe God dreams bigger dreams for us, and we can dream for ourselves. And right now, it's all in God's hands. Whose heart does He touch to come out and vote? And so, when it's in God's hands, you're in good care.
That's true. So, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get elected, Pam?
I'm telling you, we're going to eliminate state income tax. We're going to make our government more efficient. We're going to lean in on technology so we can root out any waste, fraud, or abuse.
Well, there you go. And you plan to do this very quickly to reduce our income tax, yes?
I really do. And Ann, I think it was a clear distinction in that debate last Tuesday. My opponent saying, oh, yes, I'm going to eliminate state income tax, but it might take 6 to 8 years or more. Such a career politician statement. Like, I'm going to do this, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it while I'm in office.
Okay.
So, I hope everybody picked that up. I said on day one, that's what we're going to be doing.
And you plan to use a lot of AI in doing things, correct?
Yeah, AI is the future. I think I've heard from businesses on multiple levels. And I've heard from research when it comes to the medical community. We are making the biggest advances by being able to analyze data by using AI. Why shouldn't we?
Exactly. But I thought it was interesting, Pam, the other day. I did a story about pinball. And, you talk about useless regulations that we have, something like 85,000 of them. And we finally got rid of one of them. You want to speak to that?
So you're going to have to tell me which one we're talking about.
They just passed a law that children can now play pinball. We were the last state in the union, to do away with it. Back in the early days, I guess it was considered a game of chance. Now it's considered a game of skill. And so we finally did away with it.
You know what, and that is a true testament of just how ridiculous some of the things that we have to deal with are sitting on books here in South Carolina. And let me tell you, we could probably get rid of way more than half of the ones that are out there and make the ones that are out there a little bit better so that, bureaucrats can't kind of put their own spin on them. That's what I'm all about, making things easier, more efficient.
Absolutely. Well, Pamela, where should people go to find out more about you?
You can go to PamelaEvette.com. And if you're still sitting on the fence, just think about the change you've heard everybody wanting for years. Everybody wanting a business person, not another career politician. And I have the resume to do this job. I was a successful CEO in the private sector. I've sat at the right hand of the governor for 8 years. We will not miss a beat when I take office. I know what we need to do, and I know how to get it done.
Well, I know that this is the day that you've been looking forward to. It was kind of delayed by 2 weeks, but and these last 2 weeks, so you talk about a whirlwind. I tell you what, I don't know how y'all do it.
Well, it's not for the faint of heart. But I'm passionate about serving, and I'm passionate about helping the people of South Carolina, and that has kept me going.
Well, I know that it's here, and that's what's exciting about it. And so, Pamela Evette, would you please tell people what to do today?
Yes, get out and vote. If you don't know where you're supposed to vote, go to scvotes.gov. You will find out where your polling location is. And if for some reason you were sick or out of town, or you didn't realize June 9th was primary day, you can still go out and vote today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of confusion about that. So that is a very good point to bring up. You can still vote even if you didn't vote in the primary. Correct?
That's right.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, Pamela Evette, all the best here today. I know you're looking forward to tonight. Are you having a watch party?
We are. This one we're going to do down at the coast in Myrtle Beach. They came out strong for me, over 50, I think it was 52%. So
right.
We decided to have our watch party this week down there.
Well, I think that sounds great. And then tomorrow and the day after, you can take a day off at the beach, right?
You are exactly right. My husband is amazing. He is taking me away on Thursday, and we'll be gone for a long weekend.
Well, I don't blame you. Probably need more than a long weekend, Pam. Listen, good luck here today. I know you are going to be out there calling, making sure that everybody knows that Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette should be the next governor for the great state of South Carolina.
Well, Greenwood, you know how much I've been to your part of the state. You know how much I love Greenwood. Please come out and vote today. I need all your votes, just like I got 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. And, unfortunately, a lot of people say, I've already voted, right? So what do you got to tell them one more time, Pam?
I need you to get out and vote for me one more time. You're right, Ann. A lot of people that I've talked to said, well, you won. You won already. And I'm like, nope, I need you one more time to go out and vote.
It's hard. It's very hard. Well, listen, all the best today. We'll be rooting for you right here in Greenwood. You have a great day. And where do they go to check out any last-minute information about Pamela Evette?
They can go to PamelaEvette.com. And, remember, if you're not sure where your polling place is, SC Votes.
That's right. All you have to do, folks, is put your address in, and it will tell you where to go vote. You do need your driver's license. Smart people of South Carolina mean you got to have a driver's license to go vote. Isn't that just so amazing,
Absolutely.
Pam? Yes.
That is absolutely amazing, and that should just be common sense everywhere.
That's true. That's true. All right, my friend, good luck, and we'll be talking to you.
Thanks, Ann.
All right. God bless, Pam. Bye-bye. All right, there's Pamela Evette. She's off on another call. We heard it right here on WCRS Radio. So, I'm Ann Eller. We're here this morning, and we've talked to two candidates. That's going to be my max list for today. Penny, what do you have to say about it? Well, that's good, because I'm tired of this political stuff. Can we go on and talk about things I want? Like, when's breakfast? Where are the treats? That's what I want to know. Where are the treats? So if you have not voted yet, you need to vote. You need to vote. So please vote today. Please go one more time and make sure that you have done your duty, but also made your desires known. 3 people to vote, 3 different offices to vote for. Governor, State South Carolina Attorney General, and Commissioner of Agriculture for the great state of South Carolina. We get this part done, then things will probably quiet down a little bit, and then coming up in September, they'll start cranking it up again, baby, as we get ready for an election in November. Now, here in Greenwood, we will have some offices, nonpartisan offices, such as the mayor, city council. Those are nonpartisan offices. Those will come up, I think they have to declare by August. Somewhere in August they have to declare. So that'll be another slew of candidates that we'll be adding to the list. Of note, on county council, we had 3 people up for re-election, and guess what? Nobody put in to run against them. So I know we've had a lot of conversation about county council, about how things are. Let me put it back on me for a second, Penny, since you're not doing anything. I know we've had a lot of conversation about county council, the moratorium that is finally on the books here, but it's something that when we look at who is running and what is happening, and I was talking to somebody yesterday and was I'll use the word bitching about some of our county council members. But you know what the thing is? We have 3 that are up, and I do not remember. I do believe, is it Miss Griffin? I could be wrong on this. Mark Allison and Joanna Bishop. I think those are the 3 that are up for re-election this time on county council. Pretty sure I'm right on that. But nobody ran against them. Nobody ran against them. Now, why did county council come up and not city council? County council is run by party, Republican and Democrat. So that is the reason for that. But come September, we're going to have a lot of activity back here on the politics. And, of course, it'll really heat up in October. And, of course, November will be the election for statewide offices, some House of Representatives for the federal government, as well as some local offices. So the good thing about today, in my opinion, we get to get a break. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Please get out and vote. Please get out and vote today. You will feel better at the end of the day knowing that whether your candidate wins or loses, that you made a choice. So there you go. How can I talk to you now about things? Well, I did have one cool little story that I found, and I didn't know how much time I was going to have to... Here it is. Is it over here? Oh, what happened to it? All right. Well, looks like I don't have it here. Anyways, all right. I am going to talk about it even though I don't have the article here. I think this is a cool story. A cool story. Did you hear about the place in California where you have to sign to be a member of this community, to buy a house in this community in California? The kindness pledge. You have to say that you will be kind to the members of your community. What a concept. What a concept. I think that is pretty terrific. Okay, it's a master planned community in California, and they're asking residents to sign a voluntary pledge promoting kindness, respect, and community involvement. What do you think about that? 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. Should we have something like that in Greenwood? Do we have something like that in Greenwood? I just found that, I think it's called Silverwood. The houses run about $400,000. It started a year, I don't have the information in front of me. It started a year or so ago. They've sold a good many amount of houses. They are planning to have a whole lot more houses selling, but nobody seems to mind to be selling this kindness pledge. Would you sign a kindness pledge? Or are you just an old codger that says, I'm not going to be kind to nobody? What do you think of that idea? Do you think we could use something like that in Greenwood? 864-332-9355 or right here live on Facebook right now. Love to hear what you're thinking this morning. I think that could be very, very, very cool to have a kindness pledge. A kindness pledge. I don't think it would work very well, but I think it would be pretty darn cool. So 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. Let me know what you're thinking. Do you think that a kindness pledge when you move into a community? Do you remember a few years ago I did stories about communities that became basically Republican or basically Democratic. And in that story, they talked about how people who did not believe the same things that people believed, right? Whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, it didn't matter. But if you didn't have the same philosophy as your neighbors, you pretty much were out in your community. I don't know whether they put a sign on your lawn that said Democrat or Republican, we want you out of here. But that was at one point going on. And here we have kind of the opposite, but kind of interesting in the fact that they're saying, sign a kindness agreement and we'll let you buy this $400,000 house. Which actually in California is quite a deal. So that story, that story just caught my interest, and I thought I would share it to you. Might be something interesting to think about. Would you have moved into the community that you live in right now, here in the Greenwood or surrounding areas, if you had to sign a kindness agreement? I can think of many places where maybe the wife was going, oh, sweetie, this would be so great, a kindness agreement. And I can hear some man saying, some dad, some husband saying, I'm not signing a kindness agreement. You never know what's going to happen, Ethel. Anyways, just another one of those useless pieces of information that I thought about and thought I would share with you right here on WCRS. So there you go. I am here with you this morning, just enthused about the fact that it is election day. I've got to go out and vote. You can vote till 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock tonight. So what are you waiting for, Greenwood? Get out there and do it. So let's talk about a few of the things that are happening in our community, a few of the things that are happening right here in our community. Here we go. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. This one really caught my attention. South Carolina Governor's School for Agriculture. Interested in some corn from the John Dillahow farm? Not afraid to pick it yourself? This is a great activity to take the kids out to. Swing by the campus between 3 and 5 on Wednesday, that is tomorrow, and stomp around the field and pick your favorites. Follow the signs and look for our tent. Pricing will be $3 per dozen or $10 for a whole crate, which is 30 to 40 ears of corn. The campus is located at 192 Geddes Road right there in McCormick. Be prepared to show your ID when you come to the security gate. But you can go into their field, and I presume, I don't know this, that they may have several types of corn planted there, so you can pick whatever type of corn you want. So that is tomorrow, Wednesday, 6/24, from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. I think it would be a great activity to take kids to let them see that, yes, corn comes out of a field, for those that don't know this, and $3 for a dozen or $10 for a whole crate, 30 or 40 ears. That is at 192 Geddes Road in McCormick. What a cool idea. You know, I want to get over there and spend some time over there so that I can bring you some of the stories of the great things that are going with the only agricultural school, high school, in South Carolina. And that's right there in McCormick at John Dillahow. So that is pretty darn cool. Also, I found this kind of cool. This is coming up this Saturday. This is at the South Carolina State Museum. You know, I was there, God knows how many years ago it was, when they were redoing the museum then and really had an inside seat there. It was so cool. We had a great time. We got to go to the planetarium. We were live on the radio. We didn't have the advantage of Facebook. We did video some of it, but we didn't have the advantage of Facebook Live. But this is what they're doing this Saturday to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. It'll be free general admission all day long. And the grand opening will be, you'll be among the first to see our new major exhibit, American Battleground, South Carolina's Revolution. They will be debuting a new planetarium experience, the new live show, Revolutionary Astronomers. What a surprise. It's about the revolution, and it has to do with astronomy. Live music, they're going to have performances by Gallus Camerata featuring Revolutionary era compositions. You'll be able to meet the South Carolina State Museum curators in the gallery and learn more about the stories, the artifacts, and themes explored in the new exhibitions. You can also enjoy a Revolutionary War panel. They will be doing that all day long, Saturday, June 27th. That's this Saturday from 10 to 5. Admission is free. And you can go to scmuseum.org to check out. They have a special page for events and Salute 250 Day. So make sure you check that out. If you'd like a road trip, that would be a cool place to go and see the new exhibit. If you don't get down there for Saturday, you can certainly go futuristically. This will be an exhibit that'll be here, I'm sure, for a very good while, but it's kind of neat to be there on the very first day. crazy note. Here they were having a grand opening of the redone museum. And, of course, they had all these TV stations there. And there was Ann Eller, only radio station, down there at the State Museum. And the person who was one of the big curators or did a lot of PR had been up here to WCRS when we used to be in our jewelry store over there. He took time and took me around. Now, he had all these TV stations there all set up with their cameras and doing everything. He chose the radio broadcaster to go around with and show us. So the only radio broadcaster on a grand opening of a new, totally redone museum down there. And that was probably... It was at least 10 years ago. So that was a very cool experience. And he took the time with us. He had no problem. He said, the TV guys, they're good. I want to show you the museum. And so it was something that I will always treasure. And again, the only radio station at the South Carolina State Museum. Pretty cool. All right, a couple other things going on. History comes to life at the 96 National Historic Site. You can stroll all over there, discovers the stories behind one of South Carolina's most significant Revolutionary War battlefields. Along the way, you'll encounter the iconic Star Fort, reconstructed Stockade Fort, and the site of the historic village, and remnants of the roads once traveled by soldiers and settlers. It's a journey through the landscapes that shaped America's story. You know, sometimes we think we need to go way far away to see all these things, and right here in your own backyard is the 96 National Historic Site. So go over there and make sure that you check that out. So that's another thing that I thought was just a little bit different, maybe something you didn't know about and wanted to share with you. Coming up this is something to put on your calendar, July 18th, they will be having a backpack giveaway for back to school. Bring your child to receive a free backpack. Of note, you do have to go with your child. No registration required, just stop by. That is July 18th. At while supplies, July 18th, starting at 11 o'clock until supplies are gone. It will be at the United Way Gym. Free event, first come, first served, while supplies last. Children must be present to receive a backpack. So you've got to have parent and child to go to this. That is another great thing. This is brought to you by the Greenwood Kiwanis and United Way of the Lakelands. So that, again, July 18th, beginning at 11 a.m. in the gym right there at the United Way Center it's on Phoenix Street, I believe. Anyways, that's another cool thing. Coming up on Wednesday, another event on Wednesday will be baseball. The Braves post-20 will be going up against, who are they going up against? June 24th as they take Clutch Collegiate. Okay, Clutch. That'll be at Legion Field. First pitch at 7 o'clock. And come pack the stands, bring the energy, support your Braves as we continue the summer grind. That's right. They have hot dogs, all kinds of foods, and kids 12 and under get in for free. It is old-time baseball and such a time to communicate with your kids or grandkids and enjoy a game. So check that out. It's an experience many of you had growing up. Why not share that with the children of today? All right, now I want to also tell you, coming up tomorrow afternoon, no show this afternoon on Meet Me at the Diner. But coming up tomorrow afternoon will be Karen Petit talking about her event that she is doing with the Issaquena DAR at the museum. And I want to show you the book. This is the book here, folks. It is, yes, there it is, Celebrate America. That is a picture of her dog, Louie, as he discovers Celebrate America, the people declare independence. Now, Karen wrote the book, and it was illustrated by Bonner Abercrombie. It's gotten lots of awards out there. It's been nominated for a lot of things. I mean, look at the pictures are just great. So I just wanted to show these to you. If you are looking for something great to share with your child or your grandchildren, Celebrate America. Tune in tomorrow afternoon to hear all about what they're going to be doing. Friday morning, 10:30 to 12:30, I do believe it is, but tune in tomorrow and you'll hear all about it. Now, the big thing, no. All right. Now, the big thing I do want to make sure is, though, that you get out and vote. That is the most important thing you can do. So please get out and vote. Please make sure you are doing your part for our community, So yesterday we were talking about good food and being healthy. I still love the comment, I hope I don't have to go hunt for Little Debbie's. Is there a Little Debbie tree? That's what we want to know, because she's got a snack for you. There you go. All right, I'm Ann Eller right here on WCRS Radio. I am going to give it up. I certainly hope that you get out and do all the things that you need to do, but most importantly today, that you get out and vote. Again, as Lieutenant Governor said, you can go to SC Votes. If you don't know where you vote, you can go to SC Votes. All the precincts are open today, and they want you to come by and see them. Again, if you have an issue with being able to go into the voting place, they will bring a tablet out, and you can vote right from the car. So no excuse if you say, I can't do this. So please get out and vote today, all day long. Whether you voted in the primary or not, that is not an issue. You can certainly vote whether you voted in the primary. This is the runoff. There are 3 questions. This will take you no time at all. You have the candidate for governor. You have the candidate for attorney general. And you have the ag commissioner. Who's running for the governor position? Alan Wilson and Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette. Those are your choices on that one. For Attorney General, our own David Stumbo and Stephen Goldfinch, who is a senator. That is your choice there. And finally, for Ag Commissioner, Cody Simpson and Danny Ford. So this is your opportunity to make your voice heard. You'll have all the rights to bitch and complain and everything else if you go out and vote today. Hey, if anybody's got anything else to say, let us know. Penny is saying, look at this dog. Look at this dog. She is so cute. Look at her just saying, come on, Mom, wind it up, baby. Let's get out of here. I need my breakfast. Let's have breakfast. All right, Penny, we're going to go have breakfast. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. We are now going to drop the curtain. We are going to cue the music. Cue the music here. Yes, we'll cue the music. And we'll say adieu. Have a good one, everybody. See you tomorrow morning, and we'll have new people that are people that will have been spoken by the folks. So please get out and vote today. Do your duty, do your responsibility, do your right to go out and vote. Make sure you take an ID when you go. And remember, if you can't get into the polls, drive-up voting is available. Let's take it away. Bye-bye, everybody.